wouldn't have missed a single minute of it, not for the whole world. Talent is helpful in writing, but guts are absolutely essential. Fear is the polio of the soul, which prevents our walking by faith. The way of success is the way of continuous pursuit of knowledge. They don't actually want you to do your own thing, not unless it's their thing too. No matter how safe and beautiful it is, a cage is still a cage. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Understanding that rests in what it does not understand is the finest. Great wisdom is generous. Petty wisdom is contentious. Great speech is impassioned. Small speech cantankerous. I believe in looking reality straight in the eye and denying it. To attain knowledge, add things every day. To attain wisdom, remove things every day. Keep their friends close and their enemies closer. Sometimes your circle decreases in size, but increases in value. The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. If at first you don't succeed, destroy all evidence that you've tried. In the end, you should always do the right thing, even if it's hard. Don't be afraid of being different. Be afraid of being the same as everyone else. Truth is what stands the test of experience. When the going gets weird, the weird turn professional. I care for no man on earth, and no man on earth cares for me. The truth is, like salt, men want to taste a little, but too much makes everyone sick. You have two choices, evolve or repeat. Secret operations are essential in war. Upon them, the army relies to make its every move. For them to perceive the advantage of defeating the enemy, they must also have their rewards. It is only possible to live happily ever after on a daily basis. It is a very natural human trait to destroy that which frightens us. Man doesn't know what he is capable of until he is asked. Life is an experiment in which you may fail or succeed. Explore more, expect least. All things one has forgotten, scream for help in dreams. There's nothing you can't do if you want it bad enough. You know, there's no such thing as a complete lie. There's always some truth in there. When I stopped to take a breath, I noticed I had wings. If a craftsman wants to do good work, he must first sharpen his tools. Every beginning has an end, and every end is a new beginning. It would be so nice if something made sense for a change. But man's duty is to try and endeavor. Success depends upon chance and environments. Don't react, cut them off silently. Once friends as batchmates, but now different batches divide us. Knowledge is merely brilliance in organization of ideas and not wisdom. The truly wise person goes beyond knowledge. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. The question is not what you look at, but what you see. Between living and dreaming, there is a third thing. Guess it. When you say I and my too much, you lose the capacity to understand the we and our. Life is not about living the safer option. Life is about living a life worth living. In the end, you have to choose whether or not to trust someone. Any fool can know. The point is to understand. Things joined by profit, when pressed by misfortune and danger, will cast each other aside. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. A superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. To be wealthy and honored in an unjust society is a disgrace. If I had to live my life over, I'd live over a saloon. To forget the whole world is easy. To make the whole world forget you is hard. The key to life is accepting challenges. Once someone stops doing this, he's dead. Maturity is when you stop complaining and making excuses and start making changes. In order to be yourself, you must first know who you are. I encounter one example after another of how relative truth is. By nature, men are nearly alike. By practice, they get to be wide apart. Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. Recognizing power in another does not diminish your own. Truth is as straight as an arrow, while a lie swivels like a snake. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Become braver, stronger, wiser, kinder, and you will become better. Good order results spontaneously when things are let alone. It takes writing 1 billion bad words before you get to the good ones. The elegance under pressure is the result of fearlessness. Create your own miracles. Do what you think you cannot do. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. I drink a cup of sunlight every morning to brighten myself. When pure sincerity forms within, it is outwardly realized in other people's hearts. Birth is not the beginning. Death is not the end. If a man takes no thought about what is distant, he will find sorrow near at hand. Perfect happiness is the absence of striving for happiness. You never know who you're inspiring or uninspiring. People notice more than you think. Instinct is a makeshift, an admission of helplessness before the problem of reality. Anyone who does anything creative is always going to want to change. Truth is a straight line you sometimes need to curve. You should know that by now. Serious thinkers are few, and the world is ruled by crude ideas. Excuses are merely nails used to build a house of failure. Success is a flower that doesn't grow in everyone's garden. Stay close to anything that makes you glad you are alive. Until you have suffered much in your heart, you cannot learn humility. If you have the guts to be yourself, other people will pay your price. You cannot open a book without learning something. Be wiser than other people if you can, but do not tell them so. To realize that you do not understand is a virtue. Not to realize that you do not understand is a defect. The older I grow, the more I distrust the familiar doctrine that age brings wisdom. Don't leave it all unsaid, somewhere in the wasteland of your head. Almost nobody dances sober unless they happen to be insane. The perfect man uses his mind as a mirror. It grasps nothing. It regrets nothing. It receives, but does not keep. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. Everyone's greatest fantasy is to walk away from the life you lead. For a word to be spoken, there must be silence, before and after. When your opponent gives you an opening, be swift as a hare. Heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter. The trouble is, you can shut your eyes, but you can't shut your mind. If your actions don't live up to your words, you have nothing to say. It is hard to fail, but it is worse never to have tried to succeed. He who pursues fame at the risk of losing his self is not a scholar. All shall be done, but it may be harder than you think. A rose does not answer its enemies with words, but with beauty.